Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Off the Road Podcast. This time, we have another special guest. We got Jesse Iwuji from the NASCAR Xfinity Series. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going? Pretty good. Thanks for having me on the show.
Um, so first of all, thanks for having. Oh, sorry. So I haven't done this in a month, so I'm a bit rusty.
Mhm.
But thanks for coming on the show. I'm gonna start off with the questions. So my first question is, how did you start racing? Like, how did you get into it?
Yeah, so for me, how I got into racing was back in so after I graduated from the Naval Academy in 2010, I became an officer in the Navy, and immediately I was on a few different deployments over the next few years, and in between all that stuff, I was taking my personal cars to local tracks near me doing open track days. And through those open track days, that was kind of like my first experience of really getting a car on track and actually driving on track and driving at speeds on track. So that's what kind of got me into it. And then eventually, after a few years of doing these open track days, I finally decided that, hey, I wanted to try my hand at professional racing. So I made the decision that I wanted to jump into NASCAR. I had to figure out how to do it. Um, it wasn't going to be easy at all. I had to figure out a way to get the funding. I had to figure out a way to get seat time. I had to figure out a way to network with people, just all the different things you have to do to get in a race car and maintain being able to drive in a race car. All that stuff, I had to figure it out, and it wasn't easy at all. But I had to figure out unique, creative ways of finding my way in, and it's definitely difficult. It wasn't easy, but through a lot of blessings, through a lot of just grind, we were able to make it happen.
Yeah. So I believe was your first race as trucks or
So for me, my first race ever was in a late model, and I started racing late models in 2015. After maybe about six or not 6 months, about 5 months of racing late models, I decided to jump into the NASCAR K&N series. I ran in the NASCAR K&N series from the end of 2015 all the way till the middle of 2018. So almost 3 years of running in the K&N series. I ran, K&N West mainly and a little bit of East. And then from there, jumped up to the ARCA series and ran about 6 races in the ARCA series. And then from the ARCA series, jumped into the truck series. When I ran the truck series, my first start was at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park in August of 2018. And then I ran Phoenix right after that. Very next year, I believe I ran like 5 truck races. And then in 2020, I ran five or so, yeah, 5 truck races and then 4 Xfinity races.
yeah, so how was that first truck race? Like, how did it go for you?
First truck race, I finished. That was good. I think I finished like 28th or something like that, or where the 28th, 27th. I can't remember exactly where I finished, but finished somewhere. And wherever I finished, I finished. That was a good thing, especially at a track like that, which is a very difficult road course track. I was happy to get away with a clean finish on that one. Ran good, outran a few people, so I was pretty pumped about that. So overall, I think it was a really good, solid weekend.
Yeah, so what was like most challenging when you were racing? Like when you first started off?
So probably one of the more challenging things I would say when I first started racing was really, finding the funding. I had to figure out a way to find enough funding to get in a race car because racing isn't cheap, it's not free, and it just took a lot of effort to figure that out. So, I had to look for sponsorship, had to start my own small business to make extra money on the side. I had to do a lot of different things to make it happen.
Yeah, so you were in the Navy.
Yes, I am in the Navy. Yes.
So how was that?
Being in the Navy has been good. I've been serving the last 11 years now. I was active duty for 7 years. I've been in the reserves the last four, and I've gotten to go to some cool places around the world, including Dubai, UAE, Hong Kong. Uh, I've been in a lot of cool places. So Bahrain, all over the country here. So being in the Navy has really given me the opportunity to travel the world. So it's been very interesting, very cool experience.
Yeah, so what were some idols that you looked up to like in the beginning of your career?
I would say idols. I don't really idolize anyone, but I would say people that I would try to emulate the most probably be like Dale Earnhardt Jr. Super humble guy, down to earth. No matter how much media attention is around him, he's always a pretty cool dude. So I would say somebody I would try to emulate.
Yeah, so let's go back to like I believe February-ish, March, where in the Atlanta race, Atlanta or Las Vegas, I can't remember, but you did run that Camping World Truck.
Yeah,
What
yeah, I ran a
how
camping world.
was how was like was your spotter confused since there's like a ton of Camping World Trucks?
No, no, he wasn't confused. I mean, you can see the numbers still.
I felt like that was gonna be confusing with all the blue and yellow. Um, I don't really have that many questions, so I guess this episode is just gonna be short. But like, I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't find any questions.
It's all good.
Yeah, I basically just asked all the questions I wanted to ask, so I guess I'll just have to end it. So thank you so much for coming to the show. We'll see you maybe next time.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, so like and subscribe. See you guys later.
All right, thanks.